Okay, this is our second to last TSY session. We've gone through all of the really core elements and key themes of a TSY practice. So this session and next week's session, we're going to work on bringing all of these key elements into the practice, which we have slowly been doing, building in over the last few weeks, but here we can really culminate our practice in this really rich and full use of those key elements. So as a recap, this practicing choice making, present moment experience. Last week we did rhythms, interoception, and present moment experience. So we'll be using all of those in today's practice. So if you'd like, you can find a comfortable seat or a place to begin your practice, choosing how you're going to engage with your practice or where you're going to engage with your practice from, be that standing, sitting or lying down. And once you've got yourself set up, you might take a moment to maybe redirect your attention from the external to the internal. So shifting the awareness to present moment experience through interoception, through this sensing and noticing of our internal state, internal sensation, this felt body experience. So one way to do that could just be noticing and feeling the contact of your body with the floor or the surface that you're sitting on. You might also notice that you're breathing. So maybe finding your own way here to notice that you're here, that you have arrived. You're here in your body. And as you're ready, you might begin to introduce some movement to your body. And this could be a shifting of your weight from side to side. Maybe shifting your torso, rocking your torso side to side, or you might choose to move your torso forward and back. As you're moving, you might notice the sensations of the movement. Maybe the sensation of the weight of your body shifting across the surface beneath you, or perhaps the sensation of muscles moving, of possibly a compression of internal organs, or a stretching through muscles. However you're moving, you're welcome to notice the sensations related to that movement. Another way to move could be in rotation. So you might move to making circles with your torso. You're welcome to stay with whatever movement you were doing, but if you'd like, you can begin to move your torso in a circle. If you prefer to have your legs extended out in front of you, you're welcome to do that. And if you've been going one direction, you're welcome to explore going back the opposite way. Maybe you find a way to breathe with this movement, possibly beginning to synchronize, harmonize, link breath and movement together. You might continue with this movement. When you're ready and in your own time, you could come back towards center. And then maybe into some head and neck movements. If you'd like, you could turn your head from side to side. Or you might release one ear down to your shoulder. Maybe hold there, or you might alternate side to side. Another way to move could be lifting and lowering your chin. I'm just realizing that taking effective action, I think, was another of the key themes that I missed out in the intro to the class. So just aware of the possibility that the sensations that you're experiencing as you're moving your body through this practice of TSY, that the sensations might help you to choose how to move or how not to move your body. So maybe allowing for your experience of sensation and the experience of sensation to help you choose the action that you'll take. So for example, if you're moving your head and neck in a certain way and there's an experience of pain, or there's something that's triggering or feeling like it's dysregulating, you might choose in that moment to discontinue with that movement or that position and do something else that feels better for you or more useful to you in the moment. So you might be noticing as you're moving your head and neck, the sensations related to the movement or in the area of your head and neck. My little, now 7-month-old, hasn't been sleeping so well the last few nights, and we've shared a bed, and that's resulted in me having to take all sorts of uncomfortable sleeping positions to accommodate for that, and therefore I'm definitely feeling a lot of tension, that kind of nervy feeling through my upper back, around my spine. So that's my experience today. So there are definitely parts that I'm taking extra care, moving into, stretching into. And so you're welcome to have the same approach anytime you need to. If you'd like, you can move to full rotation through your head and neck. Maybe moving in one direction, or maybe alternating, rotating one way and rotating back the opposite way. Or you might go a few in one direction before changing. And again, you're welcome to find a way to breathe with the movement. That's just an option. Your choice. Also, welcome to choose, adjust and modify the size of the movement and the speed with which you move. So you can slow it down or speed it up. And then eventually you might come back towards center. And then possibly into some movement through your shoulders. So you're welcome to move your shoulders in any way that feels useful to you today. Some options I will give could be a lifting and lowering of your shoulders, so kind of like shrugging up toward the ears, with a squeeze, and then releasing the shoulders down. So this is one way that you could explore movement through your shoulders and explore sensation through the area of your shoulders. Another way could be making some circles through your shoulders, maybe rotating through the shoulders. And your choice as to which direction you rotate, whether that's forward or back. You might bring your fingertips to your shoulders if that feels better for you, and do your rotations that way, moving the elbows in circles. An additional option, if you are leaning more towards a static stretching experience rather than a dynamic, mobilizing experience. You might take one of your arms across your chest and use your opposite hand to hold that in place. And maybe noticing the sensation that this shape, this movement offers you. Noticing those sensations, you can choose whether or not this feels useful to you, whether or not you would like to move in this way. So just an additional option to bring more of a stretch through your shoulders if that's what you're looking for. You're also welcome to stay with your rotational movements or your shrugging movements if that's what you've chosen to do today. So however you're moving, if you're moving or if you're holding, maybe noticing, maybe feeling the sensations in your shoulders. Maybe they're isolated to the shoulders, maybe the sensations radiate from the shoulders down the arm or into your back. So you're welcome to notice here what you can feel in your body as you're moving or as you're holding. Whenever you feel ready and in your own time, you can release this movement or this stretch. You might pause at center in a neutral, upright position. You're welcome to stay there for as long as you'd like. And if you'd like to continue with movement, we might explore a twisting shape. So again, there's going to be an option to twist dynamically or to find a more of a static twist. So we'll start with the static twist option. So one way to twist your torso might be just taking your hand to your opposite knee and the other hand to the floor somewhere behind you, and then possibly drawing that back shoulder further back, opening your chest, your torso to the side of the room. You might even bring your head into the twist. So this might be how you choose to engage with twisting today. Another option could be bring your hands to your shoulders and move from one side to the other. Another option could be to have your legs extended and finding your twist this way, with arms extended, legs extended, rotating your torso. You might find it useful to have a little forward bend within the twist. So know that you can try all of those options before you decide on what you're going to do. So you might be twisting dynamically or settling into a twist, maybe holding, noticing the sensations, or perhaps noticing that you're breathing. Your choice. If you're choosing to hold the twist, you can change the side that you're on as often as you'd like. You can hold the twist for as long as you'd like. When you feel like you're done with the twisting, you can possibly bring yourself back to neutral once again. You can pause at neutral, bring your attention to the present moment through your breathing or through the sensations in your body, or possibly through some movement. If you're wanting to continue with movement, that's fine. And I just would like to remind you all that if, for whatever reason, awareness of the breath or focusing on breathing is difficult for you or unpleasant or triggering for you, it's not something that you have to do. It's all just choice and your choice to make. Nothing in this TSY practice is compulsory. Okay, so from here, maybe a forward fold. So again, we'll start with the options and the choices, and then you can make your decision based on what seems best for you or what seems most useful to you today. So one way to find a forward fold, there's so many different variations, but we'll try to stick to just a few. Could just be folding over your cross legs, maybe walking your hands out in front of you. Another option is to bring the soles of your feet together. Maybe holding on to your feet, or maybe bringing your hands to the floor and then finding a forward lean of your torso. If you're standing, if you're doing this practice standing, you can fold over your legs from a standing position. Legs can be parallel, or you might explore some space between the feet. From seated, another option is to have your legs extended straight out in front of you, and then you're welcome to adjust, explore the width between your feet. I find it really useful having a little bit of a lift under my seat, helping with the position of my pelvis. So if you feel like that might be useful for you, you're also welcome to utilize a cushion or a blanket or something like that. So maybe finding a way to explore a forward folding shape with your body. If you prefer to continue with some kind of movement within this forward folding shape rather than holding statically in a forward fold, I'll run through that option with you now. So one way that you could maintain a bit of movement with a forward folding shape could be to create a kind of rowing movement. So a little lean back through your torso and then a lean forward of your torso. Option to use your arms like you're rowing a boat. So maybe bringing your arms into it, but also you could rest your hands on your hips and come in and out of a forward fold this way. So that's one way. If you already know a way to create movement within a forward fold, you're welcome to do that. And that could just be moving your head, moving your shoulders. So feel free to explore any kind of variation, any kind of movement within what I'm offering. Maybe personalizing your practice a little, or making this feel more like your own. Making choices for you and for your body moment to moment, based on the experience of your physical sensation, the experience of your body moment to moment. After being in a forward fold for a while, you might notice that there's a little more space. Maybe the sensations that you're experiencing are a little less intense. You might explore moving your torso even further forward. Maybe staying here for a few more breaths or a few more moments. However, whenever you feel ready to, whenever you'd like to, you can bring yourself up and out, back towards a more upright position through your torso, and you're welcome to make any little movements like a counter stretch or counter movement. After coming out of a deep stretch like that, it can feel good or useful to move your body a little bit to get things flowing again, blood flowing, lymph flowing, etc., etc. Maybe pausing here at neutral and stillness, or with some movement, your choice. And last, I think probably the last offering today, the last invitation for today, we can revisit, if you'd like, the breath and movement coordination that we did towards the end of our practice last week. So you might explore a lifting and lowering of your arms. And you might have your arms lifting and lowering out in front of you, or you might choose to lift and lower your arms out beside you. Your hands might come to touch overhead. That's just an option. You might find a way to lift and lower your arms to the front and to the side. And once you've found your own rhythm here of movement, you're welcome to explore the possibility of breathing with the movement, or linking your breath to the movement. So it might be that you breathe in as you raise your arms and breathe out as you lower your arms. Or maybe breathe out as you raise your arms and breathe in as you lower your arms. So you're welcome to explore that option of linking breath and movement, and to find a way to breathe with the movement. Your own way to breathe with the movement. And also feel free to bring any kind of variation to this movement. You're welcome to bend your elbows a little bit. Taking rest whenever you need to, or discontinuing with the movement at any stage. Staying with that for as long as you'd like in your own time. You could come back to center, maybe resting the arms down, or bringing the arms to stillness. You're welcome, however, to move other parts of your body if you'd like, or to stay with that movement if you'd like. So possibly moving now to our final moments of stillness, of quiet. So you can choose how and where you are to receive this. If you'd like to be seated for this, you can be. If you'd like to be lying down for this, you can be. If you'd like to be standing and walking around the room, you can be. So choosing your own way to be here and now. Maybe through movement, maybe through stillness. Maybe with the awareness of your breath moving in and out, if that's accessible to you. Maybe through the awareness of sensation, if the awareness of sensation, if feeling sensation is available to you in this moment. So you're welcome to use this time any way you'd like. At this point, I'll stop talking for a minute. You're welcome here to close your practice in your own way. However that looks for you today. You're also welcome to continue exploring sensation, movement, present moment experience, rhythms of your body through the practice of TSY. And this is where I will conclude the practice Feel free to continue if that's what's useful for you. Thank you for practicing with me.